for the community to know that there's a park named after a Black person, let alone a Black woman. It's new, it's exciting, it's positive, let's hope, in this time of lots of adversity. Yeah, it's a good thing.
This is the new Verdell Burdine Rutherford Park. Now, if it looks a little familiar, that's because this area was a park before, but it was called Lynchview Park, named after Patrick Lynch. So now the park has a new name and a fancy new playground. The 8-acre park is in the Centennial neighborhood in southeast Portland. There's this new playground, a grass soccer field, cement pathways, a picnic shelter, and public art displays. And it's all named after this woman, Verdell Burdine Rutherford. And this is her daughter, Charlotte.
She would definitely be honored. But my mom was a very humble, she was not one who wanted to be up front to get all the glory. She did all the work for the person who went out and made the speech. She did the flyers, she did the handout, she did the program, she did, she did all, and the meal after the speech. If there was food, she would have cooked that too.
Verdell was a leader in Portland's Black community for years. She and her husband, Otto G. Rutherford, led the local chapter of the NAACP and worked hard to fight racism in Oregon, including passing the Public Accommodations Act of 1953, which outlawed discrimination in public places on the basis of race, religion, or national origin.
Public accommodations was an affront to Black people. Signs saying you could not come in, you could not eat, you could not sleep, you could not be there. So the public accommodation law that they passed really did set the tone for future laws and future protections for protected classes.
Verdell was also an avid historian of Portland's Black community, and her collection of photos, albums, newspapers, and more is available for public use at Portland State University. Now, at first glance, the renaming and opening of this park might seem perfectly timed, while the topic of racism is front and center in America.
But it actually was planned before.
Oh, yeah, well
this
before.
happened?
I mean, yeah, they had already made the decision to name it after her and started the construction on the park long before I knew anything about it.
Before he passed in January, former Parks Commissioner Nick Fish formed a naming committee to recommend a new name for the park.
I have known Nick, and his wife, especially Patricia Schechter, is largely responsible for my mom's collection being at Portland State. So there was a connection to my mom, indirect though it was, and the Parks Department through Nick Fish that Nick didn't know anything about. He passed before they made the decision to give it to my mom. So it's like it's come full circle on its own.
Now, unfortunately, because of COVID-19, the playground here is currently closed, but the rest of the park features are open. And Portland Parks and Rec says there will be a community celebration held here at Verdell Burdine Rutherford Park at a later date.